A decade ago, a crisis was unfolding in classrooms across the world. A crisis that continues to deepen today. As the race to master STEM subjects quickens and strategic thinking becomes the gold standard of learning, another essential pillar of learning is being pushed to the periphery, the arts. In corridors where brushstrokes once danced and where theatre, music and storytelling ignited young minds, silence now lingers. Time and resources are reallocated, arts periods shrink, drama rooms gather dust, and with every such decision, we inch closer to a narrow, fragmented vision of what it means to educate a human being. This cultural shift, palpable in countries like India, has been unsettling for educators and researchers who have long argued that arts is not an elective luxury, but an essential ingredient of a well-rounded education. Experts like Dr. Ellen Winner thinks the schools cut short the time reserved for the arts and redirect it to what they call important subjects. They are not just risking the future of potential artists, they are losing out on the inventors, the empathetic leaders, the bold thinkers of tomorrow. The arts do not merely decorate our cultural fabric, they weave it. To ask what is the role of arts in shaping a person is to ask what kind of world we want to build. For centuries, societies have turned to art not just for beauty, but for insight, for truth. From ancient cave paintings to Renaissance frescoes to street murals that challenge injustice today, art has never been a passive pursuit. It has always spoken, always provoked, always taught. The arts are the only school subjects constantly required to prove their usefulness. Imagine applying the same standard to history or even to sports. Suppose a school coach claimed that playing baseball boosts students' math scores due to statistical scoring. If researchers debunked the claim, would school boards eliminate baseball from the curriculum? Of course not, because we instinctively know that athletics builds discipline, teamwork and resilience, that it matters. So why not extend the same understanding to the arts? It is tempting and common for policymakers to justify the arts in terms of their spillover effects on math or reading. And indeed, there is research that shows a correlation. Students exposed to the arts tend to perform better across disciplines, but relying solely on this line of defense is dangerous. Arts education must not be justified only by its secondary benefits. If we do that, we grant permission for it to be cut whenever those benefits don't show up clearly on a chart. The truth is, arts education offers something far deeper. It cultivates imagination, nurtures curiosity, and fosters emotional intelligence. It teaches us to live with ambiguity, to see from multiple perspectives, to create from chaos. These are not fringe skills, these are survival skills in life and in leadership. The arts are not new. They have outlived empires, they have inspired revolutions, they have told the stories of civilizations long after the rulers and battles were forgotten. Cultures have always been remembered by their art. The arts predate the sciences. Education that excludes them is impoverished, and it leads to an impoverished society. We would never teach a child only numbers and grammar and send them out into the world. Yet when we sideline the arts, that's exactly what we do. We deny them the tools to feel deeply, to question power, to imagine alternatives. We deny them the full experience of being human. This is not a plea for token inclusions. It's a call for equal footing. The arts must not sit at the kiddie table of education for or proving their worth. They are the worth. It's a time to recalibrate, to reclaim the arts not as an extra but as essential, not just because they improve test scores, but because they improve lives. Because in the end, we are remembered not for how efficiently we solved equations, but for the songs we sang, for the stories we told, and the vision we dared to paint on the canvas of our times.